Hi everyone, today I'm going to be explaining my awkward and cringy adolescence reviews. I know a lot of people have made videos about their middle school and high school crushes, but I wanted my video to stand out a little bit, so I dragged the poor guy in here with me. So I was pretty much into this guy from grade 8 to grade 11. We had a weird dynamic because he was also on up with someone else at the time, and being the r/nice girl I was, I'd alternate between trying to get his attention and trying to help them fix their relationship. You know, typical junior high stuff. Anyway, introduce yourself, Panda.
Okay, so hey.
Stop it! You don't get to laugh at me. Okay.
Okay, so hey guys, she's already introduced me. I'm Panda, obviously not my real name, but I pretty much went to school with her and all that jazz. It was junior high to high school. Currently, what I'm doing, I'm just going to school, working, your normal 20-ish-year-old stuff. So yeah. What about you?
Right now I'm taking a gap year and doing part-time at an after-school program to teach kids science, but you know, that got cancelled because of the virus.
Okay, yeah, guess I'm staying at home now too. I mean, yeah, it's very much like you to be teaching kids though. I think you were like reading buddies with my brother or something when he was in grade 2?
Oh yeah, well actually he was in grade 4. Your brother was so savage. I tried to win him over with like candy, right? And then he's like, why are you trying to be nice to me? You're not my friend, you're my brother's friend.
Holy okay, that's a bit of a smart ass there, but he's 18 now, so it's definitely been a long time. I mean, he's not a kid anymore, but I'm pretty sure he would still say the same to you if you approached him again.
The entire time I was just thinking, now, is that any way to talk to your future sister-in-law?
Well, I don't even know what to respond to that, but like, were you gonna tell him about the time that you hid behind a dumpster to see if a boy lived there?
That did not happen.
No, it totally did though, but I mean, like, are we clearing up these stories now that we're adults?
Oh my god, did you think I was stalking you behind the dumpster all these years? So pretty much what happened that time was I was walking back from the library, right? And then I saw your siblings get out of a car. I knew what they looked like off of Facebook, and then I got really self-conscious. I'm like, oh no, and then I hid behind the dumpster so you wouldn't see me.
Okay, alright, that makes sense now, I guess.
How would it even be possible for me to follow you home? You were in a car.
I don't know, you do you know, like, you just like track my daily schedule or something.
And that wasn't even the only time I accidentally followed someone home, but that's a different story. I don't even know why you would bring that up. Are you trying to make me look back in front of the internet? I'm gonna edit this part out. Alright, we're dropping this, we're getting on with the interview questions. Do you remember how we first met?
Are you talking about in person or on Facebook? 'Cause I'm pretty sure that's where we met.
On Facebook, yeah. Because my friend posted a status about getting hacked, right? I commented, I'm like, why do people hack other people? Do they get money from it? And then you answered, no, it was just to make them look dumb. And I just thought, oh neat, this guy answered my question. So I added you, but we didn't start talking until a few days later because back in the old days, you just add someone to like their statuses once in a while. You don't actually talk to them. But do you remember how we started talking?
Oh, okay, so like looking back to what I said about it's just to make people look dumb, I'm like, now that I work in IT, I realize that there's a lot of reasons why you would hack someone, but you know, we're not gonna talk about that.
I actually do want to ask you what are the reasons people hack other people though. I do want to know.
Okay, so one of the reasons is to build a good security system, you have to know how to hack into a security system. So example is Google actually hires like hackers to try to break into their security system. And if they're able to hack into it, Google can actually make their security systems even better. Another reason is a lot of people just enjoy hacking just to show off to other hackers, really.
So now that you work in IT, you're gonna hack into the US's nuclear system, or?
No, I barely pay attention in class. I probably couldn't even hack into my own password.
You could like change all your transcripts to say 4.0.
I wish I could do that. If I knew how to do that, I probably wouldn't even be in school right now.
When we first started talking, it was on Facebook. Everyone used to do these really dumb quizzes, like how many guys find you attractive, or like what's your possibility of finding a boyfriend. And then my results keep coming out really bad. It's always like, oh, 0 guys are into you, or you have a 3% chance of finding a boyfriend. And then it automatically posts to my wall. And you commented, today just isn't your day. I think that's how we started talking.
Honestly, I would still say I'm still that sassy though. Okay, I don't really remember that, but if that's how it happened, yeah, sure.
And then you didn't know what I looked like because I didn't have any pictures up. So you're like, hey, if you run into me at school, you should say hi. And then I believed you, and I trusted you, and I did. So I saw you at school. I'm like, hey, is this Panda? And then you turned around and asked your classmate, was Panda at school today? I don't think he was at school today.
Okay, yeah, I kind of remember that one. That was a little embarrassing, but it was kind of funny.
No, it was more embarrassing for me. Like, yeah, I just walked off when you weren't looking, and I don't know. I just kept talking to you on Facebook like nothing happened, and I just pretended it wasn't me. And we comment on stuff like the dance unit in school or like fire drill or something. But I'm just like, that definitely never happened.
Huh. Okay, yeah. So it was a bunch of small talk, I guess. Well, like, I'm pretty sure we talked about other things too.
I mean, what do 13, 14-year-olds talk about?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, there was this girl in your gym class that you really wanted to dance with. That's what we talked about.
Oh yeah, I remember that though.
So how you eventually realized it was me is when you stopped me in the hallways one day. You asked me if watermelon was better than lemon. You had that weird, you had a poster and you made it into a, what's it called? A megaphone. Yeah, and you're like, hey you, is watermelon better or lemons?
I vaguely remember that, and I was actually talking to like my locker partner about like air fresheners, not if the actual fruit was better, because obviously then like I would completely prefer watermelon. I still prefer the watermelon air fresheners though. Recently I bought a watermelon scented like air freshener for my car, and I still think it smells pretty damn good.
So I'm just like, this kid embarrassed me last time, so I just ignored you again, and I just walked off. I was like a little ninja, pulling the same disappearing act twice. And then when I got home, I wrote on your Facebook wall, I think, I'm like, I figured it out. Watermelon is better than lemon. And you were like, what? That kid was you?
Okay, I guess. I mean, I probably figured it out then, but like, I was pretty much running around asking like everybody the exact same question, so I probably didn't really pay attention to a single face at that time.
Oh, hey, remember when I sent you that candygram for Halloween?
Not really, no.
So every Halloween at our school, we can like send candygrams to friends.
Very stalkerish, I like it.
I actually didn't know I liked you back then. I was super in denial. But I was like thinking about our conversations all the time. When I was brushing my teeth or like taking a shower, I'll just get all giggly and everything. And my mom's like, "Is something wrong with you?" But just didn't realize. So I'm like, okay, I am purely sending candygrams to all my friends. Is that guy my friend? I don't know. We never hung out outside of Facebook. So I waddled up to you like I'm looking for a fight or something. And I'm like, hey, so I'm getting candygrams for everyone. Do you want one? And you were like, I guess.
Yeah, that's definitely something I would have said.
And then on the candygram, I wrote like really cute messages to all my other friends. And then on yours, I wrote in the worst chicken scratch ever to indicate I didn't care. And the message was just like, well, there you go.
I can't even remember if I ate the chocolate, to be honest.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this entire section is probably just me telling you stuff you don't remember.
Well, yeah, because like this is years. This is like back in like grade 7 and grade 7, 8, 9. I don't remember. It's like it's been over 10 years now, probably.
10 years? Wow. Gosh. Okay, we're old. But you should probably remember the math fair. It was a few years back. You were in grade 12. Your class was doing math demonstrations, and our class was serving drinks and stuff. And then I saw you like coming toward me with a group of friends. You were just like walking down the hallway, and I freaked out. I'm like, oh, I gotta get something from downstairs. So I like ran downstairs to avoid facing you, except I was in heels. So I like fell down the stairs and twisted my ankle. You probably don't even know.
No, I honestly did not, but I completely remember that night with my friends, however, because we were all dressed up in like fancy suits for like, I don't know, it's like some grade 12 math fair. That was extremely overkill of us. But no, that definitely would have been like some completely anime style meeting if I was going down the stairs and I see you with your twisted ankle and all that shit. But you know, all the romance watchers know where that's going.
Oh no, senpai noticed me. Wait, was that cultural appropriation?
Cultural I think it's appreciation. It's cultural appreciation. I like that.
Oh my gosh, I was such a dork. And this was grade 11. Like, I was maybe 16, 17, so I had no excuse. Like, if I were to run downstairs to like avoid facing someone and twist my ankle in grade 8, that would have been normal. But like grade 11, that's insane.
Yeah, no, you're pretty much out of excuses. I mean, like, honestly, like, to this day though, like, I never even knew, like, back then, if you even had a crush on me, if you were just like super shy to confront me, because like I'm just like hella oblivious. Like I didn't care. I just wanted to like go to school and then go home and just play games. And I don't remember if you like confessed to me, or I don't even remember.
I kinda did, but not while I liked you, so it was kinda in past tense. I think it was on your 18th birthday. Was it 18th? Okay, I dropped off this Miku doll at your doorstep because you made a comment on wanting it sometime, and I'm like, this is the last thing I'm gonna do for him, and I'll get over it.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Like I was at home, and then like my parents were coming home from work, and then they were like, yeah, there was something out on the doorstep, and then like I looked at it, and I'm like, oh shit, it's like a Miku plushie, and I'm just like, I think you wrote a message on it, so I knew it was from you. I'm not sure at this point, but like I don't even remember where the plushie is, so whoops.
Oh, well, I did write happy birthday. I didn't leave my name or anything. And the happy birthday was on an orange flashcard because that's your favorite color. Wow,
Still is.
I'm so lame. I still remember.
I mean, honestly, yeah, no, it's. I mean, I probably use the color orange like everywhere, so that's just. I think anyone that remembers me probably remembers orange is like my thing, though.
But I guess when I actually told you was around Christmas later that year, because I'm like, it doesn't actually matter.
All I want for Christmas is you.
You know, I'm just like, I used to like you, and then but you don't have to worry about it. It's fine. I don't anymore. And then we had a nice conversation about it. And then a few days later on New Year's, you drunk called me, and it was super cringy.
Mm-hmm.
You were like, no, come back to me. I miss you.
No. Okay, yeah. But like I don't even need to like remind myself of that, because it was. How to say it? I enjoy joking around about things that happened a long time ago. It's hella embarrassing and it makes me want to jump off a bridge. I'm pretty sure every person has that. But like it makes me pretty proud. I'm pretty proud of you for how you're trying to confront this now, I guess.
Okay, speaking of things that make you want to jump off a bridge, remember when you called me on the night of my 17th birthday and you're all like, oh, why won't Claire kiss me? And then that was after your grad dance. You were so dramatic back then. Like, this story I'll probably tell your kid. Actually, no, I'll tell your grandkid, like, when your waifu is not around. I'll be like, this is what your grandpa used to do. He was so cheese.
Then yeah, no, I'm still that dramatic, but it's by choice now. It's not just an everyday thing. But yeah, I did not know that night was your birthday, so I apologize for that. Yeah, speaking of Claire, I caused her a lot of trauma back then. I still remember a bit of it to this day. Then if I could go back in time, I'd probably like kick my ass or something. But being my first girlfriend, as a kid, I thought it was an important learning experience. And we all have that time to screw up though, so even though we shouldn't, it's best to learn early than later.
Yeah, I guess that's life. I mean, you get hurt by people a few times, you hurt other people a few times, and then you grow up. It does suck to be on the receiving end of it, because in a way it feels like you're a stepping stone for someone else's personal growth, right? But I guess that's bound to happen if you're unlucky. Okay, speaking of that, I think it's actually a good thing that we had never ended up dating each other. I mean, neither of us were like very mature, obviously, and probably would have broken up by now and hated each other, and then we wouldn't be able to hang out and talk like this. Plus, I got smarter and better looking since then, so it's not my loss.
I mean, it's not mine either, because I have a better personality now, and some girls like that, I guess. So you're kind of missing out. But yeah, those were some depressing times of my life, even though it was just high school kid trauma. And you were like pretty much the only person I ranted to, so like You know, I gotta thank you for being there for me, and I probably wouldn't be who I am today without you though, because ever since I graduated and you were still in school, there was that 1 year where like we didn't talk, and during that 1 year I basically had to like talk to myself and like learn how to keep my problems to myself, because obviously I felt like there was no one else to rant to.
Man, now I feel bad. Jokes aside, I mean, I know I keep taking jabs at you and everything, but I actually really appreciate you too, because you got me through some stuff too back in high school. I mean, I was in IB, right? And then at lunch, all my friends would talk about is like how much schoolwork we have, and like, wow, test coming up. But I would just sit there silently. I'd be like, I dealt with school all morning. I don't want to talk about it at lunch, but I guess you guys do.
Who talks about school during lunch?
So, I guess talking to you and getting attention from you gave me something else to look forward to that's not school.
Even though it was a lot more depressing than school, but you know.
Debatable. I mean, okay, I thought I had a chance, so it got me going, you know? And also, there's like a lot of these emotions associated with how I felt about you back then, and some of it were positive and some of it were negative, but they're all like really new because it was like me going through my adolescence. I didn't have those kind of feelings before, so I was surprised that I had such a wide emotional range that I didn't have in other situations.
Yeah, I mean, like opening up and like learning new emotions is always an interesting thing, because happy, sad, angry, like as a kid you probably experience all that, but liking someone else is like, what's going on? And it's a completely different feeling, and even now I still feels different to me.
Yeah, and I mean, based on how you were acting, I kind of knew you liked getting attention from me too, so it just gave me a medium to explore all these emotions and then to study myself. Back then, or actually even now, I kind of see everything that happens to me and everything I feel and do as an experiment, or I guess not experiment. Experiments are well controlled and my life isn't. I guess a case study, there we go, a case study. I was kind of having fun too, even when I was sad, because I got to view myself as a tragic heroine, sacrificing myself so you and Claire can be happy together. Oh my gosh, you're probably gonna laugh.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't even know if we were that happy together, to be honest. No, like, I felt like I was the tragic hero for trying to help her in her time of need, and then like getting dumped by the same person twice probably made me realize like this wasn't really gonna work out anyways. I still feel bad for like everything that I did. I mean, the biggest thing was probably me like pretending to like flirt with other people even though I had absolutely no feelings for them. Like I said before, I would totally kick myself.
And the other thing you did that was pretty bad was like you were really into League, so she would try to talk to you and then you would be like, no, playing League. Honestly, you weren't a very good boyfriend, and just always ignore your girlfriend for League. And then when she dumped you, you had that shocked Pikachu face. You're like, why?
Okay, so like I still play a bit of League, but like I'm pretty sure like everyone's seen the memes out there like hey, if your man texts you while he's playing League, it's either he really likes you or he's probably dead for 20 seconds. But yeah, no, that was extremely rude of me. Yeah, I know that one instance was like on New Year's, I was talking to her over like Skype, and then like one of my friends invited me to go play League, and I decided to go play League for like 3 hours, even though I said it was only gonna be like 30 minutes. So I was kind of an
There's no League game that lasts 30 minutes, right?
there isn't, but like I just told her, like I was like, you know, I'll get this over with and then I'll come back, you know. So, but I didn't, and legit on that same day, like when I got back to her, she's like, yeah, I'm done. I'm just like, okay, that's kind of my bad. Whoops. I have a lot to learn from that.
Yeah, I remember the other time she was done was like when she and I, well, I don't know, it was a dumb idea, but we pulled a prank on you. I forgot who suggested it, but we were on Skype and we're like, hey, maybe we'll switch accounts to talk to him and then be like, ha ha ha. It was like you weren't talking to who you thought you were talking to, and that did not go over well. Oh my my gosh. Okay, honestly though, who would have thought you'd choose like that particular time to be like, hey,
No,
I flirted with this girl in the department store.
I remember that was not good. You think about it now, like, it just gives me goosebumps, and like I absolutely hate the fact that I even try to like flex that. If anyone ever said that to me, I would probably like kick their ass. But like, yeah, like I would honestly never do that again. And then I can honestly remember that day. I think I was like talking to you, and then all of a sudden it was over like MSN Messenger. That's what we had at the time, and like I completely felt the air was completely different than how I normally talk, than how you normally talk. I was like, there's something going on here. I had my suspicions.
And you bragged to me about flirting with someone else, and you were like, wow, that's really smart. Wait, did you do that to like test to see if she's on my account or no?
Partially yes, because I never actually like extremely approached them at the department store. She was a cashier, so I just couldn't talk to her anyways. I was kind of, it was a quick thing, but I did not expect like her to be on your account at the time. So.
Oh my gosh, I'll never do that again either. It was such a dumb idea. Haha, I'll help you prank your boyfriend by switching accounts with you. But then afterwards, you blew up at me. And back then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. But nowadays I'll be super aggressive. I just got a lot more aggressive. I'd be like, it's your own fault, bro. Why'd you tell me that?
Yeah, no.
But
Continue.
self-awareness is good. I mean, I appreciate that you actually reflected on yourself and tried to improve. Because when I talk to you now, I wouldn't assume that you were the same person years ago, right?
Yeah, no, because like back then I tried to do a lot of, like you said, like case studies, and for me it was for scientific purposes. I tried to explore these other emotions or these like negative things just to like see why other people do it, and just so I can like quickly get it out of the way. But yeah, like it's good to hear that you become more aggressive, or that you've been able to explore these emotions. Okay, so this is not mainly about me and like my ex, but like, are you with anyone, or are you gonna tell me you don't have time for that?
Wait, how'd you know I was gonna say that? You know me too well.
Okay, well, we've talked for legit like a good like 8 years of our lives, so it's like, you've been like a sister to me, so
Oh my gosh. Okay, did you just sister zone me again?
I mean, it's better than being in the friend zone. It's better because, like, at least in your family, I've like ranted to you about everything, So you've known like all my past relationship issues and stuff. It'd be a little dangerous if I didn't sister zone you, because you wouldn't even hold anything in our relationship against it. You would hold everything in the past against me.
I both of you to assume that I don't hold everything against you.
That's true.
Honestly, I'm pretty flattered that you think of me as a sister. But then I remember you were into incest.
Oh no. see, I'm pretty sure like I'm into everything except that, because that's kind of weird and not okay. Don't do it.
Oh yeah, sure. But yeah, I'm not seeing anyone at the moment.
No.
Okay, I guess time isn't really an issue for me, because with the quarantine I got tons of time, but I just don't really feel ready for one. Okay, so if I were to have someone, like a partner, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to constantly make time for them, and then make them a part of my life, and then be an active part of their life, preserve my autonomy, be there for them when something goes wrong, like respect their autonomy, respect their time, understand when they're busy, be supportive of their decisions, and then tell them when something's wrong, and then let go of some of my expectations, and then meet some of their expectations, except that I won't meet all of their expectations, and then I'll have to deal with their issues, and then be emotionally honest with my issues, but also try not to let my issues affect them too much, because that's gonna give them issues. So I don't know, it's just too much. I don't know how anyone does it.
No.
If I mess this up, right, I'm gonna send them to therapy like 3 years down the road, and then I'll get an email, and they'll be like, oh, my therapist said it's all your fault. And therapy is expensive.
I mean, honestly, like so that's why you don't talk to them after you break up. It's just like, yeah, like I recently have been talking with someone, and they've been a big part of my life this past year and a bit. Yeah, I definitely understand when you say all of that stuff, but like TLDR, yeah, it gets a little rough, gets a hella rough sometimes, and needs like lots of communication, which apparently I'm not very good at, and I'm trying to learn. But yeah, she's honestly a wonderful program. I mean, she's honestly a wonderful. No, I was just about to say, like, I kind of skipped over. I kind of skipped over my thoughts. We're in the same program, actually. We're in the same program, and she's honestly a wonderful lady. So.
That's hilarious. I mean, that's so cool. Well, how did you guys meet? Was it like the program thing, or?
Yeah, like I was saying, it is a wonderful program. Like I said, I'm doing IT, but yeah, no, we were in the same class, and the teacher actually like paired us up into a group one day, and then like we kind of just started talking about like anime and video games and stuff. That kind of stuff is always an easy icebreaker, and we kind of got to know each other from there. She's sweet. She has a lot of nice qualities, but like we've had a lot of differences in a way, and I guess we're trying to figure things out right now, so that gets a little complicated sometimes too.
Neat. Well, you should send me a picture so I can evaluate how I compare.
I mean, I definitely wouldn't do that because, I think she's a winner, but she's on my Instagram if you ever want to check that out.
Alright, okay. Panda's girlfriend, if you're listening to this, I was joking. Please, don't kill me.
No, I think I should be the one asking her not to kill me.
Wait, is she gonna listen to this though?
Oh, that's completely up to her. Like, she definitely knows that we're going to be recording this, so I'll ask her if she wants to listen to it.
Just know that was a joke. I'm sorry. Alright,
okay.
So right now I'm looking at your Instagram, right? And then it says here, she's so pretty, I love her so much. It definitely reminds me of you in junior high, because that's how you talk back then, like all the time.
Okay, but here's the thing though, like, I'm pretty sure like feelings do that to a guy. I mean, who doesn't say that their own girlfriend's like super cute and like super pretty and all that shit? Or I'm just a hopeless romantic, but...
I'm just looking, and I too agree, like, she is very pretty.
Yes.
Like, she's wonderful. And also she sounds really great, especially for curing your cynicism, because you're always like grumpy, but now you're not.
No, I mean, once in a while I still laugh, so I think we're both a little cynical sometimes. But yeah, like, I mean, I still question life and all that once in a while. Deep shower thoughts, everybody has those. But it's like, I still try to do like good in the world. And of course, like, you've known me since my Chunibiyo grade 8 days. I'm not trying to save the world by being like Naruto or like Hokage anymore, obviously. I mainly enjoy listening to people talking about their problems and trying to understand them. That's how I feel like I can make an impact in like people's lives.
Oh, I'm just curious, how'd you guys hit it off?
I think there was like a day where me and her were like on lunch or something, and we didn't really know each other at the time. So I decided like, hey, I kind of want to like talk to her outside of class, like get to know her a little bit more, I guess, because she seems pretty chill. So I messaged her just to see where she was, and I made my way over there. And it turns out she was basically sitting in a booth alone on her laptop, like looking down or whatever. So I kind of just like, slid into her DMs, aka like just onto the other side of the booth. She was writing something on her notebook, and I asked what she was doing and if I could read the notebook. She said no. Like, I still try to playfully grab it.
Wow, how are you such a jerk? Like, what if it's personal?
That's true, but like that's how you get to know them, But like, I asked nicely afterwards though. Obviously I'm not straight up gonna rip her notebook out of her hands. Instead of just grabbing the notebook, I just basically asked what she was writing about, and it was a little more on the private side, but it was more so just like a presentation she was trying to prepare for her class.
Actually, I had something similar happen to me once. It was like kind of personal, I guess. Not that personal, because I don't care, but I was also in the cafeteria, and then this dude had nowhere to sit, and then we had like a nice conversation, because like he was across from me, and then it was like super crowded, right? And then I accidentally left my Meds bottle out in the open, because I don't know, I don't really care enough to like hide these things. So I was about to leave. He picked it up and he started reading it. He's like, oh, what's this for? And I don't know, it was weird. But for some reason, I was distracted. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay, people aren't supposed to randomly pick up your medication bottle and then ask about your medical history, because that's not what you're supposed to do. But I don't know. A part of me thought, wow, his disregard for social conventions was kind of assertive and cool. I don't know. I know that's pretty weird. Don't judge me.
Okay, so basically.
He has a girlfriend now, though.
Okay. Okay, wait, QQ. So you're basically telling me like, if a guy wanted to like make a move on you, they should just like grab your medication bottle.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, actually, it really depends on the day. Cause some days I feel like, hey, that's kind of hot. Or okay, other days though, if you attempted that, I'll be like, you idiot, give it back. Well, when you tried that on your girlfriend, good thing she was feeling the former that day.
Yeah, I guess she didn't like try to call the police on me for trying to like assault her notebook or anything. But like, okay, so basically what you're telling me is, if they catch you on a good day, they'll just like swallow all your pills and then be like, okay, bye.
I go after them, I'll be like, give me my $21.45 back, plus tax. Because these things, they are expensive.
I definitely understand that. But like after they swallow it and they book it, they can probably just be like, they'll probably just hit them and they'll just straight up be like, oh, you can take it from like my cold debt. You know, like they'll straight up just start dying in front of you, and I don't know, you can like choke it out of their throat or something.
Oh my god. Yo, that's actually hilarious though. Like, why can't our conversations be this interesting when we actually hung out? Like, I don't even remember us getting along this well.
No, okay, honestly, I feel like it's because we haven't talked in so long. I think the last time we talked, it was just like a little sit-down lunch like 3 years ago. But like honestly, if that day was not like 40 degrees or something, you know, no, like I couldn't even focus on guy talking.
For those of you who are American, that's 40 degrees Celsius.
Fahrenheit would be like, I think it'd be like 70 or something. Just gonna take a quick
I'll
guess.
Google it later. Was it a year ago though? I was just so distracted by the heat, but I was still trying to make conversation, right? And then most of our conversation was kind of like the first part of this conversation, on like, hey, remember this thing, remember that thing? Because it's been so long that I thought maybe the only thing we have in common left was our past, which is kind of sad, but
yeah, but like, you know, I mean, the past always brings people together, for better or worse, I guess. But no, I think we got a bit more in common, perhaps.
yeah, and no offense, but I always thought hanging out with you after all these years, maybe I'll be like kind of happy, like with fond nostalgia, like, oh, he hasn't changed at all. Or maybe I'll be like a little sad, oh, we were so young and so much has changed since then. Like, nothing will ever be the same. But no, last time I saw you, that weather made me feel zero things, like literally nothing. All I could feel is that freaking weather.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand, because like, I mean, I still look at things and I'm like, that was so long ago, and it's just like so much has changed. Like, even when I take trips back to like my old city, to where our junior high used to be, I can like look at the field or like the basketball court outside where the kids used to play, and I'm just like, oh man, I used to be there, and that was completely so long ago. A few months ago, I found a note Claire wrote for me like years ago. It ended up still being in like one of my boxes of old things, and like, yeah, I feel nothing from it now, but it's basically just a memory of that time in my life. So it's like, you know, I mean, if you even had feelings for me, you know, we'd be able to handle it straight, you know? I wouldn't lead you on like I did, because little Panda.
I never really did blame you for it. Because back then, I did kind of analyze the situation, and I'm like, hey, this guy only wants my attention when he's sad about his off periods with Claire. But I don't know. Back then, I didn't really want to lose that, because as I said, talking to you gave me something to look forward to every day, right? I'm like, okay, this guy's totally using me, but I'm gonna still like him anyway, because I have nothing else to look forward to, so it's pretty much a symbiosis.
Okay, so like, looking back at it, like, it seemed like I wanted to keep you on a rebound, so to speak, but like, it wasn't that though, because like, at the same time, we were still really good friends, even if it wasn't like the whole romance thing. But like, yeah, like in 10 years, looking back at it, I was like, I would totally slap like the younger me. I'm not saying I'm smart now, because I'm pretty sure in 10 years, I'll slap myself again for what I'm doing now, probably.
Oh, I would slap you now for what you're doing now. Anyway.
This podcast? Yep, I would too.
But, well, it's a good thing you did like the attention though. Okay, looking back on it, I was like very obsessive.
A little bit, yeah.
And if I directed all of that obsessive attention towards someone who didn't want it, Like they're not an attention seeker like you. That would be like so creepy and annoying and everything. Oh, so good thing you wanted it, because I don't have to take responsibility.
I mean, I didn't ask for it, but you know, it fell onto me anyways. But I thought it was like a little stalker thing at first. I didn't mind attention. I don't think any person would. I mean, some people would think it's creepy, yes, but deep down, I'm pretty sure they would like it. But you know, we were in.
They'll like it because I'm cute, right?
I mean, I think it's just because everybody was. I mean, for me personally, I think it was just because I was into the whole like yandere fad at the time.
You didn't answer my question.
I mean, I can pass.
Wait, how dare you? Okay, well, evidently, I also like attention, like probably a little too much. That's why I'm doing this whole YouTube thing, because I just want everyone to think I'm great. That's all I want.
Okay, so you're basically telling me like if someone like came up to you and like gave you a lot of attention, they could still like just win you over like super easily.
No, I have standards now.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. But you know, that's a shame because I'm a little over those standards.
I question that. I doubt that.
Yeah, you're probably right though.
But honestly, you were the first time I really liked someone, so I guess it did shape some of my love life, or lack thereof after. Maybe you're the culprit for why I've been single since I got out of high school.
No, hey, I mean, you gotta stop that, because, you know, if you keep going, I might actually fall for you. But I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding.
Fall in a ditch, maybe.
Oh, okay. No, I would, yeah, I mean, if I catch coronavirus, I will definitely just fall in the ditch right now, though. Okay, yeah, so you've definitely gotten a little wittier in these recent years, so, you know, leave it to you to turn down my witty banter, I guess.
See, your first mistake was assuming your banter was witty.
Okay, that was, I mean, there you go again. Okay, so I'm just wondering now, how did I contribute to your lack of a love life? Like, don't tell me you still have a crush on me.
Wait, okay. More like you taught me to never make the mistake of getting too close to a guy again.
Okay, I mean, that's fair, you know, like you can always go down the feminist route, like, screw man, like you don't disregard man. Oh man, that's a thing, like, I mean, I hope that when my girlfriend sees this, she doesn't get the wrong idea.
Okay, well, I'm gonna put a disclaimer that my intentions for you are extremely pure. I purely wanted to exploit you for views.
Which I was, like, completely okay with, but, like, yes, thank you, like, yeah, going into this, like, my intentions were to, like, see what was going on and just get a chance to, like, catch up and all that. But yeah, like, I did try to explain all of this to her, and she was a little nervous. And I did say that you were like a sister to me, and that you would have, how do I say this? Like, I obviously wouldn't date someone that was my sister. That's why I wanted to say it that way.
Okay, so for you, it's like, sister is code for I don't want to smash, although I did like freezing.
No, because there's like, I mean, it was good for the action, but hey, there was a stepsister in that one.
No, I think it was a half-sister. Was it a half-sister?
I think maybe. I mean, the manga, it's dropped off and it's gone so slow, I haven't gone back to it.
For the record, even if you were single, right, I still wouldn't want to pursue anything with you. I know you a little too well. There would be no excitement, no intrigue, no, oh, what's this guy like? I want to figure him out. None of that.
No, I completely agree, even though I feel like I'm boring anyways. But you know, we've known each other for so long.
Your heart's been aching, but you're too shy to say it.
You just rickrolled me. But who does that now? It's 2020.
I know it's a fresh meme. but yeah, as I was saying, like, I know you well enough that if we were together, right, there are going to be days where as soon as you open your mouth and the first syllable comes out, I'll be like, you're lying to me, aren't you?
Well, okay, honestly, like, with you, there doesn't need to be a lie, because, like, I feel like you can take me being blunt extremely well, and I feel like you're pretty blunt anyways.
I'm actually not very blunt by nature, because I usually word myself in a very roundabout way.
Okay.
But you're actually one of the few people I'm actually, like, super blunt with. I am comfortable calling you out for being an idiot for
That's
your
so
decisions. Because, you know, I trust you and I respect my other friends.
So you trust me, but you don't respect me. Okay, I'm completely okay. I'm completely okay. So is there like some weird like shipping thing going on? Like, are there gonna be like 14-year-olds watching this and be like, just kiss, like, just do it?
Okay, you can't insult all three of my viewers. If all three of them walk off, I'll have like 0.
That's true. That's okay. Yeah, that's true. That was mildly inappropriate, anyways. But I mean, honestly, like I'm pretty much out of things to say, and like I think we're almost out of time. So I don't know if you want to do an outro now.
The outro. No, I actually wrote the script for this beforehand. Okay, here we go. Admittedly, our past might be cringy, but it has value. Oh, god damn it. But it has value to me, because those are my memories from that time of innocence and discovery, when I was tentatively trying to make sense of the world and of myself. They make me happy and sad and meant the world to me back in these years, and they took a part in making me who I am today, so I'm not ashamed of them. It was really nice to see how we both grown throughout the years. If I went back in time and met our younger, more dramatic selves, I might just hug these kids. Well, actually I told them to buy Bitcoin. Wait, back to the script. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that I do now that my older self will find really stupid and annoying. There are so many situations right now that I can probably deal with better if I just had the knowledge and experience that I don't have access to right now. So similarly, I hope my older self would look back on me fondly, forgive me for being such a dumb kid, and to give me the same sympathy that I'm willing to give to my younger 14-year-old self. See you guys next episode!
Wait, we're doing more? Yeah, sure. Why not? Thanks for having me here.